The fairy tale city of the Caucasus, Tbilisi, Georgia. Presented by Holidays on Shoestrings. The best way to see a city is to walk, and walk I did, meandering through the old town. Coming out of the guest house, I entered the main boulevard of the city, Rastaveli Avenue, named after the great medieval Georgian poet Shota Rastaveli. It stretches for 1.5 kilometers from Rastaveli Metro and is known for its elegant architecture and historical landmarks, including the Georgian National Opera and Ballet Theatre, 9th of April Park, Georgian National Museum, the Kashvati Church, the Parliament of Georgia building, before ending on Freedom Square. Heading into Tbilisi Old Town, the best thing to do was just walking around all the old charming cobblestone streets and alleyways, discovering little cafes and old houses. I found an impressive mixture of churches, mosques, and synagogues standing shoulder to shoulder. When talking of churches, one cannot forget the first glimpse of Tbilisi's Trinity Cathedral, which can be spotted from any vantage point. A maze of sulfur baths, leafy courtyards, picturesque wooden homes, and the pavements crowded with street markets selling carpets, paintings, souvenirs, and all kinds of knickknacks. All this just waiting to be explored on foot. Approaching the Mtkvari Bridge, the first thing that caught my eye was the beautiful centuries-old Mtkvari Church, perched atop a small hill on the left bank of the Mtkvari River. And at its feet stood a statue of King Gorgasal on a horse. Georgians are quite religious, and this and many other churches are an important part of the lives of many of the Tbilisi locals. Over my head, the cable cars were gliding along towards the Narikala fortress and back. I even got a clear view of the Mother of Georgia statue in the distance. Standing on the bridge, watching the boats heading towards the Peace Bridge was mesmerizing to the extent that I stood for a long time hanging over the bridge, soaking in the sight. Georgia is not only a feast for the eyes, but for the taste buds too. Yes, Georgia is known for its grapes, but finding them in the most unexpected places was surprising, like forming the roof of the little cafe attached to my guest house, Zemeli, or the little shops on the busy streets. Not only wine, but they were simply loaded with grapes, and grapes of all colors. And when there are grapes, there is wine. The ancient inhabitants of Georgia were the first people in the world to make wine, about 8,000 years ago. If you didn't know that before you visited Georgia, the locals will make sure you know. I walked into a tiny boutique shop selling wine from one family winery. The best part about wine shops in Tbilisi is that you can try wine before buying it. Many wine shops offered wine tasting. Georgia is known for its food, and believe me, it's out of this world. Khachapuri is basically bread stuffed with melted cheese. The most well-known type is Khachapuri Acharuli, which is a boat-shaped bread with an egg and like a quarter stick of butter in the middle. It's simply amazing and probably one of the most unhealthy things you can ever eat. But It is oh so delicious. And then there is kinkali, a dumpling stuffed with meat. Yummy. And we were told that when bride hunting, the ones who made the best kinkali were often chosen. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell your friends about it.